Morning, you write very well, which is good and bad, okay? Because you use a little extra words in there that we can cut out, and we want everything to be very concise APA wise. So I'm going to run through this real quick, and if you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to me. I left some things in there. You can continue to do it, but you just need to add a few things, take some things out, and you're fine. So you need to make sure your ruler's up here. That is done by going to View and clicking on the ruler. And then you'll see there's a little arrow that goes down and a little arrow that goes up in a box. This is everything, okay? Left indent. This moves just a little bit. So if I was to take this right here, because it's in the wrong place, see how as soon as I put my cursor there, this is where it should be 1/2 inch on the bottom arrow. The top arrow should be here, and you make it perfect. The library will sometimes give this to you in uppercase. You just need to drop it to lowercase. South Korean, US, Christian, Muslim, Mormon, whatever words are in there like that, those all stay capital, okay? I'm going to bring this up a line, okay? So it should be tight. This is really good. And then, but here I missed this. This is not necessary. Oh, that's a different article. You're right. That is correct. I'm sorry. And then I took out the UK here because it's not necessary. So this is all correct. You did very well there. We do list form in this for A, B, and C, and you had in 2 places that you need. Anytime you have 3 things in a row, then you want it to be, which include the following, figure out the right wording. So it sounds good at the beginning, colon and A, B, and C. 2 things. This is just a direct portion, but if you were going to explain this, you do this in a list form. So now your next sentence here where it says the study hypothesis, you talk about acceptance of inequality, you talk about inaccurate actism and unpleasant engagements. That is where it becomes more concise and more in a straight line. The study hypotheses, I went back, I didn't find in either of them any kind of a purpose statement, so that was good. So if you have a purpose statement and a hypothesis, you want them both in there, okay? And these are copy and paste in a lot of ways, okay? Unfortunately, in your second one, you had so many, it had to become list form. But when you're doing your purpose statement, if you find a purpose statement, it get copied and pasted. I don't want you to try to rewrite it. You don't have time for that. We have too many things in our life. The purpose statement is the purpose statement. It's academic freedom, my academic freedom. Don't need a citation, don't need anything, just put it in there. If you found it, that's the most important part. That's part of the mastery of this. Okay, this line right here is really important for later on. So there were X number of participants. The rest of that is perfect. Don't change any of that. But figure out how many participants there were and put that in there because it's used in another section of the paper. I need it to be copied and pasted in there. I don't want you retyping stuff. It is called efficiency and concise, okay? You can leave this in there for these, but no more of that. No more of what kind of test they ran in that. I know it says in the video, but there should be a disclaimer that you don't have to do that. So if it isn't, I apologize. It's that second paragraph, and I wrote it out there. It's kind of convoluted. Is participants, a little bit about the participants, one result, which either starts with one result or it starts with the result showed, okay? And that's real important for something later. And then the next part of that is that then there's the why, and I'm going to talk about the why in a minute, and I missed something here. A partial. I guess that was, I must add a time, okay? I don't require you to do this. If this is comfortable for you, keep doing it, okay? This is really good, but we want to shorten it down, okay? You can keep doing this, but if you're going to do this portion right here, okay, then you don't have to do this second line here, this line here. This is what a why looks like. Okay, so you can keep doing what you're doing. If you feel comfortable doing it, it's going fast for you in that. If not, I just need you to show that you understood what the article is about and some factors. What is a factor? So as I'm reading it, I get to the results section, the discussion, and they're going to talk about different things. You look at those things and you coagulate it into three things, short and sweet. So let's say the factors on the study, on whatever the study is, real short and sweet, are as follows. A, getting your homework done. B, passing all your tests. And C, climbing a rock wall in 10 seconds. Whatever it is, there's no wrong answer as long as it's something from the article. What you're doing is you're showing the reader that you condense this in your brain to what was important for this article and this article only. We don't go into detail because that detail comes later. So this is just very straightforward. So you have a choice of doing what you're doing here, this portion here, which is really good and solid, 100%. But then I need that factors line in there because that factors line is important later on. Okay? All right. So that's number one. Number two, I fixed this here using the what do you call them? The ruler. And this is what it should look like. For some reason, it doesn't like me in mine. It doesn't like it. Don't stress on it. The word is correct. You didn't stand third person here. Anytime you have this right here, you need a ED at the end. Same thing you did here. Now, here's where a problem comes in. You say that Ali in 2004 stated, and you have all this right here, correct? But then you've got other authors. It's one or the other. If Ali stated it, okay, then you don't do the ending because it's just I don't know where it's confusing. Okay, so you could put you take out, start with the quote and put Ali in here too. That's good too. Okay, but then I missed this error right here. So the period stays. So the period stays here, and the quotation starts here. So the other problem with this, and why I would tell you to take this out, is because you need a page number here from Ali. If so, you've got to go find every one of these articles, and this should be, these should be ampersands. I missed that too, sorry. Inside of parentheses is always an ampersand, okay? You've got to find the page number for each and every one of these. Too much work. Just put Ali and put the page number that belongs to Ali. So at the end, it would look like this. I'm going to put it right here. It would be here, and oops, sorry, not 9. Go P period space, and then the number, and then it would be a period after that because it's the end of the sentence. Period always comes after that. Previously, okay? So here's another one. Previously, there's been little research empirical, okay? So we dump in this because it doesn't mean, now the study, always the for everybody else's study, aimed, finding more to justify. Now this should be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, okay? And I found another one, comma, okay? So this is fine, right as you have it. Just change this to A with a parentheses like we did at the top. Good morning. And then again, there were, oh, I didn't spell that right. There were, come on now. I don't want that. Dismiss. Okay. The results showed. We really don't need the that. It's an extra word. Okay. I changed this to in contrast. Okay. You don't like that? Figure something else out. You're good. Okay. So this is still good, and you can still do this, but you need the Y that's up here. And that Y is real simple. It is one line that shows that you understood the article. It's basically a reiteration. The second section are the factors that you found in there. It's very quick and easy. If you want to do the top here, this right here, keep doing that. That's fine. But then just add in the factors of the study are as follows. Bam, 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 bam. Okay? So that's it for this. And the other thing is if you're going to do this, see all these citations, I need to see all those citations down here. Okay? I'm telling you to get rid of that. Okay? Get rid of it. Just put Ali and boom, boom, boom. You would do this in our case only if you were to say, and it started with previous authors noted or stated. Then you would have them at the end, but you have to have the page number for each and every one of them. That's a lot of work that's not necessary in this mode. Okay? So just take that out. Don't worry about it. You're on point. Save those names and whatever you have on those because it could be important later, but you'd have to find each one and find out what page it is, and you don't have time for that. And it's extra work that goes nowhere. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with this and give you the idea of why that's important. The idea here is to finish these 15 in the fashion that you're doing right now. Okay. When you come to your discussion, you're coming back to these articles. Okay. You're going to, right after you're done with the 15, you're coming back to these articles and pulling the keywords out. You're going back to the original article and this. Okay. So to put all that extra in there like that, those things, it does nothing for your future. And that's what I look at. What good is that to the future? Okay. If I thought it was necessary, I would say it was necessary. So if you have previous authors, then you have to have this. Okay. Then I would tell you to paraphrase that line. Then you don't have to go have the page numbers. Okay. But what it is we want you to get through the 15. So the extra work that you did there is valid and very good. But in essence, it's not necessary because the whole idea behind an annotated bib is I should be able to set it down and 2 years later be able to come back and have an idea of what the article is. And you've done a very good job of that. Okay. I've got people that just do the fluff and the very, very minimum. And that you could look at that and say, oh, that's an article I need. I still have to go back to the article. So to put all those names in there and do all that work is not necessary because you're going back to the article. And you may only use in your discussion, let's say Grant 2009. So that's extra work. I'm telling you, take that part out. Okay. Other than that, you did a great job. Got a lot of red here, but it's not really a lot of red. This is nothing compared to some of the other ones. You did a great job. So let me show you one other trick that's real important. They'll save you time later. Okay. So I highlighted that area. Now I go to layout. When I go to layout, you see where it says 7.92, and I don't know why it does this, and I haven't figured out a way to get rid of it. So now you bring it down to 0. It should be all tight. It's like this is all tight. And then, you go down here and you got an extra line here. You take, ooh, what in the world just, oh, I hit the DOI, sorry. You want to take, I have a doctorate. I hit right here. It's centered. It shouldn't be centered anywhere in there. And then I tighten it up. And these look really good. So you're doing really well. I just take some stuff. I took some stuff out. And I keep getting some, I don't know why that did that. Okay. Make those changes and you're done. Move on to your next one. Okay. Move on to your next 3. After you've got these edits, you do these edits. And if you miss something, I will send it back. But right now, start on your next 3 and keep that ball rolling so you understand it. So you did a very good job here.